A very short mental exercise. Please follow my instructions. Close your eyes. Everyone, close your eyes. Please close your eyes. Now imagine a lion and give it the shape you want it to have. Its hair, its tail, the features, the way you want it to be. The lion stands next to a stream of water in the middle of a forest. And sometimes it looks to the right and sometimes to the left. Now open your eyes.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Since you opened your eyes, paying attention to my words and processing my words, what was your lion doing in the meantime? What did it do in the meantime? As soon as your attention was away from that lion, it ceased to exist. It disappeared, it vanished. It totally and absolutely depends on you to exist. You are Hayy, so you gave hayat to that lion. You exist, so you gave existence to that lion. What you are to that lion, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to the whole creation.
And it was a big question for the Muslims from the very, very first day, from the Muslim thinkers, that when we see that there are things are being done, is it done by us or by Allah? They didn't have an answer to that. We had two groups of Jabriya who were determinists, and the other Mufawwiza who did Tafweez, and they believed in absolute delegation of power. The question was that when I am speaking, is Allah speaking or I am speaking? A group said, yeah, of course you are speaking. So what is the function of Allah here? Because they didn't have any answer to this. They said Allah has given full authority. Allah has given full authority, then you can speak yourself. Allah gave you absolute power. Allah created, then Allah sort of retired. You are free, everything is in your hand. In your job, in whatever you're doing, Allah is not involved. This was Mufawwiza. They believed in absolute delegation of power to people, absolute empowerment. The other group said, no, it couldn't be like that because Allah is in control of everything. Man is nothing. We are just tools. If I'm speaking, Allah is speaking. And this was the idea that was supported by the Umayyads because it could justify lots of things. Imam Hussein was killed. Why did you kill Hussein? They said, Amrun Quziya fi sama. It was decided in heaven. Another thinkers, they said that, no, it's getting crazy. They are doing everything and they are justifying by the pretext that Allah did it. And if you reject it, you are rejecting Qaza and Qadar. So they came with the idea that no, Allah is not in charge of these things. It's absolutely in our hands. So they went another extreme. The school of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam was in the middle. Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam said, Amrun baynul amrayn. Not this, not that.
Shia view. Amrun bayna amrayn. A way between two ways. And we get this from a narration from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam where he says in short, it is not Jabr nor Tafweed, but it is between the two. It is explained by this analogy. A man comes to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam and says to the Imam, explain Amrun bayna amrayn to me. The Imam says to the man, stand on one leg. The man stood on one leg. Then the Imam says, lift the other leg. The man says, I can't do it. So this is the reality. There are things that we can do and we have the free will to do so. And there are things that we cannot do because Allah has assigned these things to happen. Let's assume that there is an electric train that is being driven by a train driver. A strong electric cable has been placed along the line of the train and the train is connected with a link to this electric cable. The electricity is passed to the motor in such a way that if for just one moment the electricity to the motor stops, the whole train will stop. Without doubt, the train driver is free. He can stop wherever he wants, and he can move at his own speed. But in spite of all of this freedom, the person who is sending the electricity can, at any moment, make the train stop because all of the train's power and strength is through the electric cable. The person who holds the key to the electric cable is in charge. When the man switches the device on, the train driver drives the train in any way he intends. But when the device is off, he cannot drive it. Now, if the device is on and the train driver drives the train, can that work be attributed independently to him? No, because the power comes from that device, which is fully controlled by the man. Then can it be attributed to the man? No, because the train driver has done it by his own free will and choice. This is exactly the position of our activities. We are not under compulsion because the will and choice is ours, nor are we completely independent because the power to do whatever we intend to do comes from God.
The real cause behind it is the electricity. بحول الله وقوته, by the might and power of Allah, أقوم وأقعد, I stand and I sit. Isa alayhi salam revived the dead. You can say Allah yuhyi al-mawta, you can say Isa yuhyi al-mawta. Allah yuhyi al-mawta because all the power is from Allah, Allah is reviving the dead. You can say Isa yuhyi al-mawta because it means that Isa was the immediate cause to revive the dead by the help to come from Allah. Ayatollah Subhani, Sheikh Jafar Subhani Hafizahullah, he has a very good explanation here in his book Al-Fikr Al-Khalid, volume 1, page 192. He goes into details and explains this, and he says that in alam al-khalq alam al-asbab wal-musabbabat. The life of creation is the system of cause and effect. He says whatever you see from the phenomena in this world, there is a cause for that. So for whatever you see around you, you can look for a cause. It's an effect of a cause. This is how the system is. And at the end, all these causes, they end with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When in different places, Quran says, Allah khaliqu kulli shay. Allah is the creator of everything on the planet. Means in this hierarchy, everything will end with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do you see Allah at the top of the causes or not? If you want to say this is being done by the individual, then this is shirk. If you believe that, no, the individual is doing this, but Allah is at the top of the causes, the same is with the extraordinary act. So there is no difference between ordinary and extraordinary act in the sense that Allah is at top of the causes. So to ask a person to bring you a glass of water or to ask Imam Hussein for shifa, in both cases Allah is at the top of the ultimate cause, at top of the causes, at the top of the chain, then there is no problem with that.
In Surah Al-Waqi'ah, in spite of farming and cultivation being recognized as the action of human beings, Allah clearly states that He has caused all vegetations to flourish. Knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the source of creation, the source of sustenance, the source of every goodness, the source of life, and the maker of death. But it doesn't mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly intervenes and comes to take action in all these things. His will comes through certain intermediary, and here we understand that this is our Aqidah. This is part of our faith. That all natural causes, whether it is physics, chemistry, biology, or any other branch of science, all right? These are doing what they do and functioning in a way that they function by the power given to them by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But they really do that. So when Isa said, I bring to life the dead, he said that, bi'idhnillah. Whatever he did, that I am going to make the shape of a bird, then glow in it and it becomes a real bird, again, with Allah's permission. In the same way, when we ask the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we ask the Imams alayhi salam to intercede for us, not independently, but with the permission given to them by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to intercede for us. So it is a pure tawheed, pure faith, pure Iman.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد